Hello, Star Child. Today, we're going to explore a profound and spiritual subject that many of us experience, but that seldom think about deeply. Have you ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night between the hours of 4 a.m. and 5 a.m.? It's such a quiet, still time of day and almost sacred hour when the world around us seems to hold its breath. And if you've been stirred from your sleep at this time, you may wonder if there's a deeper meaning behind it. In this discussion, we'll gently dive into the spiritual significance of waking up at this early hour. Is it simply your body's natural rhythm? Or is it something more? Could it be the universe speaking to you, offering guidance, or gently nudging you towards something you need to hear? Today, we'll unravel some of the spiritual interpretations surrounding this mysterious experience and how you can respond to it with grace and openness. Let's take a deep breath together as we begin, allowing ourselves to be present and grounded, creating a peaceful space where understanding can unfold. Waking up in the early hours, a call to awareness. If you find yourself waking up between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m., it may feel unsettling or disruptive at first. The world is still dark, quiet, and motionless. This can sometimes trigger feelings of loneliness or even anxiety, especially if it's a recurring pattern. However, rather than seeing this as something to be feared, we can view it as a potential spiritual message. This time of night right before dawn has long been associated with deep spiritual energy. In many spiritual traditions, the pre-dawn hours are considered to be a time when the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is thinner. It's a time of heightened intuition, when you may be more attuned to the subtle energies around you. In this stillness, your spirit might be more open to receiving messages from the universe, from your higher self, or from spiritual guides. Instead of being a time of discomfort, it can be seen as a precious opportunity for insight, healing, and growth. When you wake up during these early hours, you may be receiving a gentle nudge to tune into the deeper aspects of your soul. The universe, with its infinite wisdom, may be calling for your attention not to alarm you, but to guide you. What could the universe be communicating? So, what might the universe or your higher self be trying to tell you during this time? The message will be different for everyone, but there are a few common themes. First, waking up at this hour could be a signal that your spirit is seeking alignment. Perhaps there is something in your life that requires your attention, something you may be avoiding or overlooking during your busy daytime hours. The universe may be calling you to listen, to pause and reflect. It could be a relationship, an unhealed emotion, or a decision you've been putting off. By waking you up in the stillness of the early morning, you're given a chance to connect with your inner wisdom and hear the whispers of your soul more clearly. Secondly, waking up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. might indicate that you are entering a period of spiritual awakening or transformation. During times of personal growth, we often find ourselves being awakened by the universe. The early morning hours can symbolize a new dawn in your life, signaling that change is on the horizon. In this quiet time, you are being invited to step into your potential, to embrace new beginnings, and to trust in the unfolding of your spiritual journey. Should you be afraid? It's natural to feel uneasy when something disrupts your sleep. But rest assured, there is nothing to fear about waking up at this hour. Fear often comes from the unknown, but the more we understand the spiritual significance of this experience, the more we can embrace it with peace. Waking up at this time is not a bad omen, nor is it a sign of anything harmful. Rather, it is a sacred invitation. When we approach these moments with an open heart and mind, fear dissolves, leaving room for curiosity and growth. Instead of resisting the wakefulness, allow yourself to settle into the stillness. You might even find comfort in knowing that you are being gently held by the universe in these quiet hours, offered an opportunity to listen, reflect, and tune in. Take this time to remind yourself that you are safe, protected, and deeply connected to the spiritual forces around you. You are never truly alone. Whether you believe in angels, guides, or in the presence of your higher self, there is a deep sense of spiritual support surrounding you in these early morning moments. What should you do if you wake up at this hour? Now, Let's talk about what you can do when you find yourself waking up between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. The first thing I would encourage you to do is to simply breathe. Take a few slow, deep breaths, allowing yourself to feel grounded and present. Breathe in the stillness of the moment. There's no need to rush, and there's no need to immediately seek answers. Trust that whatever message or insight you need will come to you, either in that moment or in the days to follow. If you feel called to do so, you might want to engage in a quiet practice like meditation or prayer. These early hours are ideal for quiet reflection, as the world outside is calm and your mind is less cluttered by the distractions of the day. You could sit in silence and allow your thoughts to drift, or you might focus on a question or intention you've been carrying with you. Trust that the stillness of this hour can bring clarity, helping you to connect with your higher wisdom. Another gentle practice you can try is journaling. If you feel restless or unable to fall back asleep, grab a journal and write down what's on your mind. You might be surprised at the insights that flow through you during this time. Sometimes, the act of writing helps to unlock deeper understanding, bringing clarity to situations that seemed confusing before. Let the words flow freely without judgment or expectation. If none of these practices feel right in the moment, that's perfectly okay too. Sometimes, the best thing to do is simply to be. You don't need to take any specific action every time you wake up. Simply allow yourself to experience the stillness, knowing that just by being awake and present, you are tuning into something deeper. Remember, waking up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. is not something to dread, but rather something to cherish. It's an invitation to connect with the unseen forces that support you. The universe is always communicating with us, though often in ways that are quiet and subtle. Waking up during these early hours can be one of those subtle ways, a gentle reminder that you are part of something much larger than yourself. This time offers you a moment of introspection, a time to connect with your inner self without the distractions of the outside world. It's a gift, an opportunity to rest in the presence of your own soul and to embrace the wisdom that arises in the quiet moments of stillness. As we come to the end of this discussion, I hope you feel a sense of calm and reassurance about waking up during these early hours. Rather than seeing it as an interruption to your sleep, try to view it as a spiritual moment, a time when the universe is inviting you to listen, reflect, and grow. The next time you wake up between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m., take a deep breath and smile, knowing that this is a sacred time for you. There is no need to rush back to sleep or to fill the moment with activity. Simply be present. Trust the process. Trust yourself. The universe is speaking to you, and you are exactly where you need to be. Thank you for joining me in this reflection. May your journey be filled with peace, wisdom, and light.